Hello, welcome to another episode of Funjelah. We're on the road again. This time we're in Jacksonville, Florida, and we go through some road stories. We have Mal Hall joining us. Me, Danielle, and Mal, we're talking about some of our favorite and least favorite stories on the road. We get into some stalker stories. We get into some bombing stories, the times that we bombed on stage and it was awful, and Mal and I trauma bonded over our bombing stories. We get into what it's like on the bus, living on a bus with people, and bathroom situations. We get into all the nitty gritty of life on the road. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, leave comments, go leave a review on Apple Podcasts and tell everybody why you love this podcast. Spread the word. Tell all your friends. Also, if you want to call us and tell us what you're grateful for or what you're mad about these days, give us your attitude or your gratitude at this phone number
747-300-5380.
Call us, tell us your attitude or your gratitude, and don't forget, we're on the road, you guys. The family reunion tour. Go to my website, Anjelah.com. Get your tickets when I'll be in a city near you, and I hope you enjoy this episode of Life on the Road.
Hi, Susie Z.
Hello, what are you doing?
I'm talking to you, but you're on speaker and Anjelah's here, so don't say that thing that we were talking about the other day.
Oh, okay. I'll keep it a surprise.
Hey, when your kids, how much money did the Tooth Fairy leave for your kids when they were babies?
$1 to $5.
$1 to $5. All right. And was it in dollar form or was it in change form?
Dollar form.
All right.
Well, it got a $5.
Choking hazards. Choking
Oh,
hazards.
choking hazards. Good mom. What got $5? Was it the molars?
No, $5 was just because they got a little older, so
Oh, inflation. Okay.
give them a little more.
All right. Carlino lost his first tooth, and Carlene
Oh,
wanted to leave $20, and I was like, "What the
no. He doesn't know the value yet. He'll
Yeah.
get excited for $1.
fuck?" Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That was all. I'll talk to you. I'll call you later about that thing.
Okay,
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
That's how you know we've been touring a long time.
Yeah.
I have your mom's number.
I was like, are you Instagram calling her?
Wait, did you not know that I had your mom's number?
I don't think I did.
Oh.
I mean, I know she like sends Kalino gifts sometimes.
Yeah.
Does she send June stuff? Now you have more kids.
Yeah.
I know
She
back
sent
in the
June
day.
a doll.
Oh,
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah. Me and Susie Z are tight.
Kaipo got to earn his keep. She don't know him yet.
Too new.
Yeah, too new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
$1 to $5. I like that.
Yeah.
I could rock with that.
Yeah. I don't even know if my mom remembers Kaipo is there. Just kidding. Okay, so Funjelah episode on the road. This is our third road episode.
Fourth.
Fourth?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. How?
Think about it. Holly.
Our first was Holly.
Uh-huh.
Our second was
Christy Carlson Romano.
Ren Stevens.
Uh-huh. And our third was
This.
Christina P.
Oh, Christina P. Man, this is a blur. Life
Which was
is a
like-
blur when you're on the road.
Barely a week ago. Not even.
Life is a blur when you're on the road. It's
Facts.
wild.
Yeah.
And that's why this episode is going to be all about the road. Our road life, road stories. Mal, we've been touring together for a long time because I've been married for 14 years. We were touring before I got married, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
like, we'll just say 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll call it that.
Wow.
We have
I've
a
been
lot
doing
of
this as
stories.
my job for 15 years, so it would be.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Laugh. Established. 2010.
And I will say this, something happened today on the road that doesn't typically happen. Mal slept in.
Oh,
you
my gosh.
guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mal's usually dad Mal up at like 6 or 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And now he's a golfer, so he's been going golfing. But even if he wasn't golfing, he usually would be up and just like editing or
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Mal slept in today to the point where we were concerned for his well-being. We were like, is Mal alive?
Is he good?
Yeah.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carlene, Danielle sent me a text that was like, "You dead." Like that's it.
Question mark.
Yeah, like
Not
that's
even a
it.
question mark.
No.
I just said, you did?
And didn't check. Like did not get a reply for some time, for hours. And then just that was it.
I know, because
You
I was
did.
at
Not that important if you are, but
Well, what's interesting is when we woke up and I slept in and it was like 9 and I was like, whoa, relax. And so I get up and then we kept stopping. So I was like, are we lost? Why are we stopping so many times? We had to make like a bunch of different stops, getting gas, go to Walmart, whatever. And then we finally get here and then I assume you're gone somewhere. And then I think Danielle was like closing the door and she's like, well, Mal's still sleeping. And I'm like, Mal's still sleeping?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That was at 9.
yeah.
Then we're in my dressing room at 11 a.m. And Danielle mentioned something about Mal. I hope he's okay. She goes, I hope Mal's okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, wait.
That was after I sent the text with no follow-up.
That was hours after
And I was
you
like,
did.
Yeah.
I was like, have you heard from him?
And I'm like, wait, he's still sleeping? And I was like, this is not, let me call. Hold on. And then if you didn't answer, then I was going to go onto the bus
Yeah.
and shake your body.
Yeah.
Thank God you answered.
Yeah. 11:15. I went to bed. I was 12 hours asleep in
Yeah.
because we
Good
were
for you.
supposed
You
to watch.
needed it.
We
were supposed to watch
episode
Reacher.
of Reacher, and then that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And to be fair to me, just for context, like the other 2 nights ago, we were in New Orleans and we
Lived.
went the entire. we used the entire bus call.
Yeah,
Bus
yeah.
call was at 2 a.m. We walked on the bus at 1:59.
Sure did.
And because New Orleans, jazz and stuff, and then I woke up at 6 o'clock, 4
next
hours
day.
later to go golfing, played 18 holes, then came back and did the
Wild.
show, and then so I was tired.
Yeah.
So my
I can't
body
believe you
was
got
like,
up and
"Bro."
went.
Yeah.
Yeah, golf is real. You got to
That's
get out there.
dedication.
Yeah.
Got to get to my 10,000 hours. Yesterday I found out was my 100th time playing. 100th round was yesterday. In 17 months I've played 100 rounds, which is like
Wow.
kind of
Is
crazy.
that-
He's dedicated.
Yeah.
How
How did you find that out?
how'd you know?
Because I have an app where I keep all
Oh.
my scores.
Did it give you a congratulations, happy
No.
anniversary?
Yeah, like little fing, little fireworks or
No,
something.
I just noticed today. That was,
Oh,
I
okay.
played 100.
Okay. Well, I guess, all right. I'll let it go then.
We've had a lot of road stories. Danielle, you've been with us now 3 years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was 3 in October.
Aw.
Did you get a thing on your phone that was like,
Stupid.
No.
That would have come from me. Do you guys have any, let's do highs and lows, like a favorite road story and a non-favorite road story?
my favorite road story, just because I'm a comedian, I love the bombs. Like, bomb stories are my favorite. And I don't know what year this was, but Anjelah got booked to do this corporate event in Vegas, and it was right around the time that the Cosmopolitan opened, so it was like a brand new hotel.
No, Aria.
Aria. And it was brand new.
Yep.
And they put us up separate, like we each got suites. It was me, Anjelah, and I believe, was it Jackie or was it Lauren?
Oh, I don't know. Might have been Lauren. It was a long time ago.
So we got suites, all got suites. And they're like, it was for this trucking company or something.
A trucking
Yeah.
company?
And
Strike one, like mistake one. This trucking company, like a whole bunch of dudes who drive trucks for
Yeah.
a company.
Just your
it's
audience.
their corporate, exactly. But the problem was the person who booked me is the one lady that works for the company,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh,
I
this
love
comic is
you.
hilarious."
Yeah.
Didn't think like these guys aren't gonna think the nail salon joke is hilarious.
Sure.
so they had a full evening where they had dinner, then they had like a cocktail hour, then they got to gamble a little bit, and then like they had mandatory go to this comedy show time. And
Yeah.
it was like 300 of these dudes. We show up, and Anjelah's like, yeah, just go do your 20 minutes, 25
Lord.
minutes.
So I was like, "Listen, they're gonna hate me, but at least you're a dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna,
Yeah.
they'll vibe with you."
Yeah.
And this is pre-kid, so I was not doing all family material. Like I
Sure.
had some like good jokes, and
Dude
I go up there,
jokes.
and when I tell you, I'm not doing well. And if you've seen me open for Anjelah, I generally kill. I have good sets. I have a pretty high batting average when it comes to just shows in general at this point. So I go out there and it's going so bad that I have checked out from doing my show. I'm doing my set, but I'm looking at Anjelah in the back of the room and starting to communicate with her like, you are going to love this. This is so fun. Having a great time.
And now I'm thinking like, oh my God, if they hate him. Oh, this is about to be awful.
Yeah. So I wrapped up. I did the time. Mm-hmm. I wrapped it up, and I believe I introduced Anjelah, and I made a beeline for that bar in the back of the room. Started drinking. I said, enjoy. Anjelah, like generally, I'll have a bad set, but Anjelah will kill. This is not the case this night. I had a bad set, then she had a bad set, and to the point where around 25 minutes in, she looks at the lady, and she's like, do you want me to do the whole time, or do you want me to wrap
Are
this
we
up?
good?
Yeah.
And
You're
she
like,
was
is that enough?
It's fine.
And
Yeah.
she was like, you can wrap it up. She did
25 minutes.
No way.
25
Like,
minutes
no
of
one-
silence.
Yeah.
No.
And I was like, okay, let me do my Raiders joke because they'll at least laugh at
Yeah,
that.
they're like, haha, football.
Nope.
No, didn't
The
care.
only time I got a laugh is when I made fun of myself for being booked to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
When I said, listen, guys,
Because they were like, we don't get it either.
I wouldn't have booked me for this either.
Yeah.
First and only laugh.
Yeah.
And then I made fun of her a little bit for booking me.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, she does this nail salon thing. You guys will love it,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So they laughed me making fun of her.
Yeah.
And then after I got that laugh, I was just like, do you want me to keep
Yeah.
going or are we good? And
Did
she's
she
like,
laugh?
We're good.
At you?
No, I think she was just awkwardly uncomfortable at the table.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And so that was it. And it was just like, okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. And then grabbed my check and I left.
Yeah, I was like, did the check clear?
Yeah, check's
Yep.
cleared.
Then we went to the buffet immediately.
We had
and
we had a great night. It was like a great night with like
we trauma bonded.
yeah, with a hilarious like, whoa, we both just bombed right now.
Yeah.
But we got paid handsomely to bomb and then had a great night and went home. But that's like one of my favorite stories, even though it's not like a
Oh, this crazy
fun
thing.
story
Yeah.
to most. It's like, wait, you had a bad day and that's one of your favorite
it's a-
stories?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's one of, I don't want to say it's my only bomb story, but I've had some bomb moments before, but that's my biggest bomb
Yeah.
ever, where I'm like, oh, I didn't even fulfill my time.
Yeah, you like fully, you're like,
Yeah.
we're set?
Yeah. Let's see. Danielle, do you have a bad Maditude
Well,
road story?
I was thinking of whenever that fight broke out. I don't know if I should say the comedy club, but oh no,
Hold on, we're looking at Alex's butt in the background.
Alex, Alex, I'm trying to tell a story.
Alex, you're in your chonies in the background.
Oh my God! Sorry for being so juicy. He said, "Pause, dude."
Pause.
Alex, wrap it up. You're ruining. I'm trying to tell a story and you're ruining it.
Just go.
Okay. I don't know if I should say the club, but
Say the club. It's fine.
it was Tommy T's.
Tommy
And
T's. Love Tommy T's.
I would like to preface. So this was like I think the New Year's Eve show, January, and I had started with you full time in October.
Yeah, so you're a brand
So
new.
I was fresh. Only had like maybe 2 or 3 club shows.
Yeah.
Shows
And at
in
this
general.
point, I'm doing obviously big theaters and like bigger clubs. Tommy T's is pretty much the only small club that I was still doing
Yeah.
because I love them so much.
Yes.
They're family owned and I have a relationship with them at this point and they're the only mom and pop shop
Yeah.
that I would still do. So it was
Yes.
like I do this mainly because I love them.
Well, and that is how you sold it to me. You preferenced it. You were like, everybody's like one big family. We have so much fun. And we get there and there is some family drama happening that starts it off. And I was like, and this is not one big happy family right now.
It was a different vibe
It
that
was,
weekend.
it was.
From
I was
the
like,
jump, it was a
you
different vibe.
lied to me. And like there haven't, and at this point too, like I said, I've only done maybe 3 or 4 club shows. And I was like, I can do this.
I am great at
I
this
was like, I'm
job.
figuring this out. And then there was one night And it was the New Year's Eve show, so there was two, and it was the first one, and this group had showed up in a party bus, which should have been sign number one. That should have been clue number one. So they were already trashed. They were already causing a scene when Mal's on stage. I think you had already called them out. You were like, hey, could you guys shut up, maybe? And so then I hear that. I hear you calling them out because you can hear it from the green room. And so I go down there, and I'm like, hey, is somebody handling that? Like, they're being disruptive. Like, because at this point, they're disrupting not only you on stage, but everyone else. I'm like, now nobody's having a good time.
Yeah.
So
they're being drunk.
They're being drunk. Yeah.
Obnoxious.
So like,
and that is part of my responsibilities as like we do a 2-man show. So as like the opening act, it's like, A, get the crowd warmed up, but also B, sort of know where the problems are so we can alert security if need be. So like me being like, whoa, you guys are, we're having fun over there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, everybody, fun over there is a code word for they are not
honestly,
fun.
anytime you call someone out, I'm like, my ears are like, ding, 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 something's amiss. And so, but then security's like, I do see the security and the ushers, they're like talking and whatever. And then I hear them kind of shouting. But then at this point now you're on stage, Ange. And so then I go into the lobby because I'm like, is this like, what is going on? Like, I'm worried. And then like, I think at one point even you're like, what's going on? Like you hear, because there's a curtain. There's like a curtain separating the lobby.
So the way it is from the stage, it's the back of the room to the left, past a curtain. So I can't see. I hear commotion and I see everyone in the back looking that way. So anytime there's a commotion, if I try to ignore it and talk over it so I don't have to stop my show. If it's still going and I see other people are distracted, now I have to address it because everybody sees it. So that's what's happening. That's why I addressed it, because I see everyone seeing it.
Yeah. So I have walked down to the lobby. The guy is, so at this point, there's like an usher security guy talking to the guy that's being disruptive. And then what he doesn't know is that one of the managers is kind of just lurking in the corner, kind of like, let me see how this plays out. And he was all like, give me your manager. Like, I've already called the cops. And then at this point, the manager steps in and he goes, go ahead, because I've already called them too. Oh, you're friends with the security? Like, you're friends with the sheriff? Me too. All right, dial his number. Like, all right, he's already on his way or whatever. So then the drunk patron then just rears back and punches the manager in the face. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, what do I? And so I run back to the green room and I fling open the green room door. Mal's there like mid-bite into like a piece of pizza. And I was like, there's a fight. What do I do? Because Andrew was like, oh,
What?
like, because you're like, yeah, part of your job is to make sure security is on top of it. And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, am I supposed to handle a fight? Like, what do I do?
Do I jump in?
And I was like, and Mal's straight up like, huh? Like, what? Like, I'm just trying to enjoy my dinner. And I was like, please come with me. So
that sounds like me. Hey, part of your responsibility, dude, is to go handle that.
I was like, you have to assist. And so I made Mal come with me back to the lobby. At that point, the whole brawl has been shoved outside.
Yeah,
and
we're
then
coming down the stairs and they're brawling out the door.
Out the door.
That area.
And at this point, let me tell you, it's the chef.
Oh,
it's the waitresses.
The waitress has blood on her wrist because
Everybody.
she popped someone. The one of the chef, his tank top is ripped. I was like, what is going on?
It is a family, and they
got each other's
they
back.
had each other's backs.
They did.
Honestly, that's one of my favorite parts is, okay, at this point, I'm on stage, and
at one point, you're like, tag me.
Yeah, I couldn't see. I was like, somebody take a video and tag me. I can't see. All I see is staff running from the showroom out there to go assist. Then you see cooks coming from the kitchen. They're coming out. And like, honestly, like that's kind of like my favorite part about it. Like when we talk about family, they're a family oriented place. Like they have each other's back. Like everybody on staff was throwing blows because they're like, nah, you ain't gonna attack my family. And that's kind of my favorite part about it. I was like, yeah.
And I was ready to win. I was like, he did it first. I saw the first blow. It wasn't
Danielle,
the club that started
when the cops
it.
got there, Danielle's immediately played her role. Like, I'm ready to make a statement if you need. I
saw what went down.
I have
that party
detailed
bus.
Notes.
That party bus, that's theirs. And then the cops. Here's the thing: is like that was the early show.
Oh
so
yeah,
you still had the late show.
Did I finish that show? How did that? I just finished it, right?
Once they got outside, it kind of settled down, so you were able to finish the show. But then the cops stayed the whole night.
Oh yeah.
and they dealt with them in the parking lot. So then you have this second late show come in going, what's going on? And we're like, don't worry, it's fine.
You got to fight your way out of the show.
Yeah.
So.
And then you got to see they pulled up they pulled up the security footage.
Oh yeah, he showed it to me. He showed me, and I wanted a copy of it, but they were like,
for legal reasons,
we're not doing that. Yeah, because probably I'm going to talk about it on this podcast. And here's that footage.
Roll the tape.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your story?
Let's see, a bad wild one. I mean, I could talk about the time the fan followed us.
Yeah.
The stalker fan.
You told me that before. Yeah.
I've told this on a different podcast, but never on my own podcast, so I could tell it again here.
Yeah, because I do always get asked by security. They're like, "Do you have any stalkers?" And I'm like, "Not yet."
Yeah.
Dang, why that voice?
No, I don't have any. Don't want any. This is not a call to action. And in hindsight, looking back, it was probably nothing. It was probably, but you never know. You never. Oh, okay, because look.
Okay, we'll set the scene.
Let me set the scene.
Let everyone else decide.
And I will. And I think about, like, it was probably nothing, but at the same time, I think about the one girl who was on, I think, The Voice or American Idol. I forget which one. I think it was The Voice. Pobrecita. She passed away. She was murdered at a meet and greet.
Yes.
In
I know who you're
Florida.
Wow.
Wow.
Where we are currently.
And this one really touched home for me because she was doing a show. She's doing a meet and greet, and her brother is her security. That's like Mitchell's always my security.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it really touched home for me. And he's the last person in line at her meet and greet, and she opens up her arms to give him a hug, which I do so often. And he just pulls out a gun and shoots her, just right there.
That's crazy.
Awful. And I think about that because that could happen to anyone anywhere. Like. She obviously is not this big, huge celebrity that has bodyguards all over her. She's just doing a meet and greet and gets killed. So, yes, it very well could have been a different situation.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
Were you there, or is this
No,
Chiquis?
this is not me.
Okay.
This is not
so
me.
this is what happened. Okay,
This
so
is Chiquis.
we're in Texas at a comedy club. And after the show, we get in our rental car and Mal's driving and we're on our way to go get some food. As we exit, Mal's like, I don't want to alarm anybody, but there's a car, a few cars back that's been following us.
Yeah. I'm very aware when I drive. I'm in the mirrors. I see, not that I think people are tracking me at all the time, but like I'm always like looking at the cars in the mirror. And especially when I'm with you, it's like, I know that there's people trying to find out where we're staying and stuff. So it's like, I'm always checking when I'm driving.
Good for you.
And
I don't. I'm just like, doo-doo.
It's like, I don't know. It's my protective dad quality,
Yeah.
maybe. I'm always just sort of aware when we're out. And
So you saw him just like switching lanes when we switched?
yeah, so I noticed this car, and it's nighttime, and I believe it was like kind of rainy.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing this
At least
car-
in this story it is.
Yeah. I'm noticing this car. It's like 2 cars back, and I switch lanes, and I notice that car switches lanes. And then I switch lanes again, and I notice the car switch again. And I was like, no, there's no way. And I was like, I'm going to go all the way to the right and then all the way back to the left. And I did that.
you're
And they
testing
followed again. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, they're for sure following. I'm gonna have to let her know. And then, so as we're getting off, this is when I told you, don't panic. But for sure, there's someone following us right now. And then you could take it from there.
Yeah. So then we pull into Taco Cabana. We were hungry. So we pull into the drive-thru. This truck pulls around and parks. The guy gets out of his truck and starts walking towards our car in the drive-thru. And then Mal, I think at this point you're like, do I just gun it? Do I leave? What do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Anjelah was like, no, I got a quesadilla. So I need... Wait
like,
till we get the food.
but I
My
already
order's-
paid.
My order's not ready.
He gets out, and I don't know what happens, but he gets spooked and walks back to his truck.
Yeah.
So he was like
Okay.
walking towards us, and then he walks back to his truck.
Interesting.
And we're like, what the heck? So then we get our food, and then we take off, and we're like, we're not going to go back to the hotel because then he's going to follow us and know where we're staying. So we go back to the club. So then Jackie's calling the club like, hey, we're coming back. Pull the gate up because you park. They open a gate so you can go in.
Yeah.
So pull the gate. We're coming back. And at this point, he's full on following us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm speeding now. Too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing evasive maneuvers that I've learned from TV. Okay. And none of it's working because this guy's watched the same movies as me.
He's like, I know your tricks.
Yeah.
He's like, I've seen Fast and Furious.
So
Yeah.
so we get back to the place.
We
and
get
the
back
guy-
in. They open the gate. We go in. We wait a little bit. Then they get us a police escort to our hotel. So now we have a police escort to our hotel.
Yeah.
Woo, whatever. Then I get on Instagram. And I'm like, hey, anybody here work for the police department and you can run a plate for me?
Oh. I like to imagine you're on there and you're like, who is it? Who's stalking me?
Yeah.
DM me.
Yeah. Was that you? Sir, circle yes or no. Okay. So somebody replies and she is like, I'm married to somebody who could run a plate for you.
Ooh.
And they shall remain nameless, also because I don't remember their name. That's
why.
But anyways, so she's like, all I can give you is a name. I can't give you anything else, like an address. I didn't want an address.
Yeah.
So she gives me a name. We look up on Facebook something about this car. It was decked out Dallas Cowboys. Everything decked out.
That's
right?
upsetting.
That's upsetting.
That's a
That
bummer.
tracks though, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it track? Like
Ha-ha.
Danielle's a Dallas Cowboys
Ha, ha,
person,
ha,
so.
Hardy har har.
Pretty hard. So we look up this person.
It's not that funny.
Hardy har har.
Dom, finish your story.
On Facebook, we find this person with that same name who has Dallas Cowboys everything.
Oh,
no
no.
pictures of themselves, just
But-
Dallas Cowboys everything.
Sure.
And so we're like, oh, this is
them.
probably the person.
Yeah.
So this is the beginning of the week. Now we're at the very last show of the weekend. It's probably like 8 shows sold out.
He
So
just wanted a ticket. That's why he was like, hey, can I get a ticket? It's sold out.
So now it's the last show, last meet and greet, last person in line.
No.
It's me and Eddie at this point. Eddie's with me.
Yeah.
And Eddie's Jackie's husband. The guy walks up, decked out Dallas Cowboys everything.
No.
And Eddie's spidey sense starts going off, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't he tell you like
Yeah.
like,
He's like,
ding,
huh,
ding, ding,
hold
ding,
on.
ding.
Then he goes to introduce himself, and he says the name of the name we saw on Facebook.
crazy?
Joe Schmo. Hey, I'm Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
And immediately we're like, buzzers
Yeah.
going off. Just like, oh no.
No, yeah.
So I'm here with my meet and greet. There's Eddie, and then like maybe like 100 feet away is a police officer. And I'm like, how do we get his attention
Yeah.
without being like, hooray? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, oh my gosh. Then he pulls out his binder full of photos of me to sign that he printed off the internet.
Definitely not serial killer vibes
The
at
first
all.
one, the first picture was Angela receiving the quesadilla from Taco Cabana. This is my favorite.
No, they were all internet pictures. And so I think why I wasn't like creeped out is because that's happened before. Like at venues,
yeah.
people will print photos
Sure.
from the internet. They'll wait outside and they have a bunch of photos of you to sign.
Yeah.
And then I had been taught early on by other comedians or celebrities that I know. They're like, okay, just so you know, usually they're getting your autograph on a photo because they want to sell that photo. So just know when you're signing those photos, it's not like, oh, and this one's for my cousin. That's what they say. This is for my cousin. This is for my daughter. This is for my niece. No, it's not for that. It's because eventually, like, if something happens to where you pop off and your autograph is worth like no money, they're going to sell your photos is what it is. So I've been advised, like, don't sign all the photos. Just give them a few and then, go about your day. Anyways, he pulls out this binder, tons of photos of me printed from the internet. And I was being nice and I signed the photo. I even took a photo with him.
Yeah.
And lived to tell about it.
Yeah.
And he just went about his day. And we were like, that was for sure him.
Yeah.
the guy who followed us. But the reason why I say in hindsight, looking back, he was probably just like an overzealous fan that was super excited and like followed us and then realized he was being a creep walking up to our car and then was like, no, let me just leave.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There he was on the first day and the last day. But I don't know. It was a creepy situation. If you're watching right now, sir, please don't do that again. It was very
do that to anyone.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I like to imagine though that you were flipping through and going, not this one.
Yeah.
That one out.
Yeah, that was probably the more wild end of the story.
Because most of the stories with you on the road from my POV are like, whoa, how much fun and how much access are we getting because of you, like who you are? Like we're going to Boston in a few weeks and it's like, dude, are we going to go to the Italian restaurant with the mob boss that is Nick Ferrano?
Like, he's not a mob boss.
I mean,
but what if he is?
I call him my Italian godfather.
It's the vibes. Yeah. I've never been with an Italian who literally wore the most expensive looking tracksuit ever and walked down the street and kissed everyone on the cheek. He was like, you guys want pizza? We went to a pizza place. He walked behind the counter at a pizza place he did not own that had a line out the door, by the way. He's like, just follow me. And we walked past all these people who were looking at us like, who are you guys? And we were also going, who are we? And then walks behind the thing, pulls a full tray pizza, goes sit down and just gives us pizza.
Yeah.
And the owner of the place was like, he kissed him on the cheek and he's like, we're good. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He's my favorite. We met, I did a show in Boston years ago. The owner of the venue says, hey, can my friend and his daughter come meet you? And I was like, sure.
Yeah.
We meet them. He's like, hey, I own a restaurant. We'd love to, treat you guys after the show. And we're like, sure. So we go to his restaurant and they spoiled us, just kept bringing us plate after plate, just everything. We just lived our best life. Then we kept in touch. And then every time I would come back, we would stay connected. And then his daughter was trying to be an actress in LA. So then I was like trying to help her in any way I could.
Yeah. You're like, me too.
Anyway, yeah, same girl. You can come to my audition with me if you want. And anytime we would come back, he would always just treat us like family and really just loved him. And so this one time we were walking down Little Italy and everybody knew him. And do you remember the time we were walking out of I think it was that pizza place possibly, and somebody did something rude? One of his guys said something rude to somebody, I think because they got in the way. And he did one of these. He was like, hey, we don't do that. We don't talk like that. Yeah. We don't do that. And it was one of those moments where we were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We're in a movie.
We're for sure in a movie. And also, do not say no to this guy. Just say yes. Do you guys want gelato now? Of course. We want gelato now.
Yes.
I am lactose intolerant, but I would love
so much gelato, please. So much.
Full milk, full fat
How
gelato.
much do you think I should get? Whatever he says is good.
Yeah.
He also owned a club after the show. We went to his club and had like the VIP table by the dance floor. That's the first time I ever had cotton candy with gold on it. Do you remember that?
No.
It was cotton candy with edible gold and deep fried Oreos with edible gold on them.
Were you at the fair?
In the middle of the club.
Were you at the fair?
In the middle of the club with martinis and just
the sparklers?
The most expensive desserts ever. And it's like, this is what it's like to be out with Anjelah. Like, we just get red
Not
carpet
everywhere.
It feels that way to me.
Yeah, there are definitely a lot of moments like
in a
that.
good way. Like people are excited that you're there and that your team is there, and we've
definitely had some cool experiences. I mean, we just did NASA.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
That was an incredible experience. We did the crime lab in Houston.
That was super fun.
Oh, that was incredible. It was pre-Danielle. Talk about all my dreams coming true. And they were notorious. They were infamous for being the most corrupt crime lab in the nation.
Where were? But
in Houston. Oh, but they had since
they had some
turnover. They revamped.
Okay.
They worked really hard to become a better crime lab, and they're not known for that anymore. But for a while,
this is part of their community outreach. bringing us through. Like, we're cool now.
They were known as the most corrupt crime lab for a
Fascinating.
while, years
Like,
back.
why were they corrupt? Like, because people were
Messing with evidence.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it was, paying people out. I don't know what. So, but we got a tour through their crime lab. On the walls, they have graphic photos of like actual, you know how they show on TV shows, like the crime scene photos.
Yeah.
The actual crime scene photos were on
Just,
the walls.
like, framed for people to look at?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like maybe cases that they solved, and like this is the
But it was like, was it showing dead bodies? Like, that's
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But what about that poor person? Just
Yeah.
on
It's the
display
crime lab.
forever?
Yeah. There was one I saw. It's a tree and then a rug rolled up by the tree because there was a body inside.
And if you know Anjelah, she's Miss
Dun dun.
yeah,
Yeah.
Law and Order,
Yeah.
Special Victims, and this is literally like where Benson and Stabler would come to figure out, like, have you got the test results back from the ballistics on the she shot a gun into like a tank.
They showed us how they do that, how they compare the ballistics, right? So they let us shoot the gun into the water tank
So that you could
and then
see.
they show us under the microscope what it looks like, how they match and don't match. They even took us into the evidence room where they keep evidence locked in like a freezer or something like that. So there was like a bloody garment there. There was one, it was a makeup bag that they recovered at some crime scene, and they're like, here's all this person's makeup that they're keeping because this is evidence.
Yeah.
Wild. We got to, and that's of active crimes that they're working on. That we got to see that.
Did you solve a crime?
No, I kind of wish like it was like a escape room
Like an
where like, do we get to participate? Hold on.
They're
just
like, please come to our
give me all the
crime
facts you
lab."
know so far. Let me see
Yeah.
if I can contribute something.
They're just actually really bad at their job, so that's why they've opened it up. They're like, yeah, come tour. And also, what do you see here? What do you think that is?
So that was
Is it a
super cool.
handprint? No.
We have had some fun experiences that probably wouldn't have had.
Totally.
Very grateful for that. Don't take it for granted. For sure. Speaking of grateful, my gratitude.
Hey.
I'm grateful for those opportunities. What else?
Yeah.
We got to go on the floor at the Chicago Bulls game. That was super fun.
Okay, you guys did a lot of fun stuff before me. Like what?
Oh, you weren't at that one?
No.
No, that's a long time ago.
But I did get to go to the Las Vegas Raiders floor.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yard?
The field.
Field?
You did. You were in the field for the Vegas Raiders.
And we saw Mr. Flavortown himself, Guy Fieri.
Oh, it's
You guys met Guy Fieri?
We didn't meet him.
I've met him.
but we were
multiple
in a
times.
close vicinity. Huge Raiders fan, turns out.
Okay.
Yeah. He's been a
was
Raiders
there.
fan since I was a Raiderette.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that's where I first met him. But yeah, you were on the field there. You just went to NASA. Hello. You got to sit in a spaceship. Nobody
I did.
can ever say that.
I know. And then, but he wouldn't let me touch the spacesuit. And then I touched something else and he yelled at me. And I was like, okay, you're kind of ruining it.
See, Danielle, this is why we don't get invited to nice things anymore, because they found out that Danielle won't follow the rules.
It was not clearly stated, I would like to point out.
All right, on this particular bus run that we're having right now, so we've had tours where we fly away,
Yep.
stay at hotels, wake up early, go to TSA pre-check,
Yeah.
and now we're on a bus.
Yeah.
What are some of your pros and cons of bus life?
I mean, to me, one of the biggest pros is like not having to go to the airport.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, we do the show. This is like really rock star stuff. Like whatever your favorite musician, whatever your favorite entertainers, like this is like do the show, party if you party, get on the bus, knock out, literally wake up in the next city and go like lather, rinse, repeat. Go explore, do the show, party, and it's like you do lose track of the days where it's just like, you know, every day it's Groundhog's Day in a way, except in a different place. But to me, that's like the advantage and the cool part about our job is that we get to see so much of the country without having to do the physical travel. Shout out Eva, who's like keeping us safe out here as we drive in and around the treacherous weather.
Because there's definitely show weekends where I've joked where I'm like, I think I spent more time at the airport than I did at the show. Where it's like it took all day to get to the other side of the country. We do the show, leave right afterwards.
Yeah.
So this is nice to just like wake up. We're in the city. I mean, my biggest fear is that we wake up and we're in the wrong city. Somehow like even like I feel like every time I wake up and I go, and this is Jacksonville, yes, we're in. Okay, cool. Because I forget what days of the week are too. Like I put those little reminders on the bus for me too.
Yeah. Speaking of, shout out to Eva, who's getting us safely to all of our destinations. Do you ever wake up throughout the night, like with the bumping of the driving?
No.
You don't wake up?
A few times I have, yeah.
Okay. Well, my thought was every now and then I don't like fully wake up, but I'm just like awake enough to like have a thought and then fall back into my sleep. But the thought that I have was as we're like kind of bumping and you can hear the road, I'll be like, man, we're just trusting her with our lives right now.
Yes, we are.
And then I go back to sleep. But I'd be
Yeah.
like, man, we trust her.
Yeah. And we just met her.
Yeah.
Like in Denver, like we flew into Denver and was like, hey,
Yeah.
you made it.
Yeah.
So did
We've
we.
known her for literally 1 month today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trusting her with our lives.
We've been on the bus for a month now.
Yeah.
And she's amazing.
She's so
super
cool.
awesome.
We love her.
She's so cool.
We've been on the bus for a month.
It's
Yeah.
been a month.
Dang.
1 month. Okay. All right.
Pause.
We got Yeah, I don't fall asleep. I mean, I don't wake up. Once I'm out, I'm out. And
I'll wake up occasionally. It's starting to hurt my back, I'll be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bunk
The
sleep
yeah.
is great sleep,
sleep.
typically.
yeah,
Typically.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
I have been waking up, though.
It's
more
a
than I
little-
did last time.
I am tired of bumping my head.
How are you sleeping?
I sleep regular, but I will forget that I am in the bus.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Alex, we need you to wake up early and have a camera set up. We need to get this shot of Danielle waking up in the morning and just boom,
I also like think I'll move
forgetting.
because I move around a lot in my sleep, and I'll move around too, and I'll like forget that I'm there, but I'll also think like I've got room, and then oh no, I don't have room. Like
You
just kidding.
do that because sometimes I wake up earlier. Well, every day I wake up earlier than you because I have Rosie.
Yeah.
But there's times where you're half out the bunk, and I'm like, I'm walking through and I have to go, oh,
Yep.
okay, hold on, because you are falling out of the
Yeah,
bunk.
I have clipped your
Yeah.
leg or knee or whatever is poking out near the door.
I know, yeah, because I'll definitely wake up and it's like, yeah, my bedding, because I do have 2 comforters in there because I am cold always. But yeah, I move. I need more space.
How do you want us to approach this? Like, would you like us to push your legs back into, like, out of the common area into your area, or just let
Sure,
you?
why
let
not?
You be?
Go for it. See what happens.
I do enjoy bunk sleep, especially with Bonzo. With him, I love to just like snuggle up with him and just like, here we are in our little cocoon. Close my curtain. It's dark. I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have like is that your favorite part of the bus life, or
Oh, that's definitely my favorite part of the bus life
Okay.
is going to bed in the bunk, especially if we haven't started moving yet, because then I can fall asleep real good, and that's good. If we've already started moving, that's
Yeah.
a little more.
Which
hard.
mine has now become opposite, I think, because I'm so anxious that we aren't going. Like I can't fall asleep until I feel the bus.
Oh, interesting.
But I think it's my anxiety of like, why haven't we left yet? Like we should be leaving. We have to leave at this time so that we can arrive at this time. Or even I'll wake up and I'll see what time it is, and if we're still moving, but in my mind I'm like, well, we should already be there. Then I immediately pull up maps and I'm like, where are we?
Yeah.
Why are we not? We should already be at our destination at this point.
yeah,
Which is what I did this morning because
when we kept starting stopping.
yeah, and then I woke up at 8 and I was like, we're supposed to be at the venue at 8, but we weren't. And so I was like, what? I jumped out of bed. I was like, what's going on? What's happening?
Today was a day where you were up before me.
Yes,
Yeah, interesting.
because of stress.
Another fun part of the bus is like the team hang. Like we've been watching Reacher,
Oh, yeah.
like at least one episode a night, and it's kind of like a nice decompress before we go to like
While I
literally
sleep.
one episode, and then
Yeah.
all right, well that was fun.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow, kind
And
of
it's,
thing.
yeah, and I'm like, and I don't want to watch it without you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun.
Cute.
Yeah.
Well, we have like commentary on it, and like it's fun to like hear. Like, it's such a goofy show a little
Yeah.
bit, and
Yeah.
so it's fun to hear like
Our little
what
comments.
makes everybody laugh or what everyone thinks is silly on it.
Yeah, I have not been watching. I've been going to bed. I pretty much, as soon as I get back to the bus, I'm like,
Yeah.
how quick can I get in that bunk?
I know, because you've really only gone out with us once.
On air.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
You're old.
It's hard with a toddler. Let me tell you, this is not the same because because it's not just like, and I have a nanny, I have help, but the thing is, I don't like to, I want to be a part of everything.
Yeah.
So I want to be a part of feeding her, getting her dressed, like all the moments.
Yeah.
So I have Alejandra to help me,
Yeah.
but I still want to be a part of it all. So I need to get rest.
Yeah.
So I have not been that fun on this tour. It's definitely been a work tour.
I'm glad you said it because I've been like, now that it's out in the open, she has not been fun, right?
No.
Isn't it?
I am not the
She's
funnest
been
on this tour.
Mom. So you kids go ahead. You guys
I have been.
go.
You kids go ahead.
And
Yeah.
I am the fun uncle now.
Yeah.
Now I'm like the
You're like,
elder with these
should
little
we-
kids. Like, come on, you guys,
You
let's go.
fully the night of New Orleans. I was like, yeah, we got time for that bus call, and you went bus call. You fully forgot.
Well, that was the beers. So.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's definitely
Camaraderie on the bus is fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
Jinx.
I would say one of I have a few minuses of
Me too.
bus life.
I've got a attitude for sure.
Okay. Let's do your attitude first.
Well, no, you were gonna talk. Why? What do you want to see if they're the same? Probably not.
No, I'm just
Is it about
curious
me?
What
Just
yours
kidding.
No, is it about me? No. You do yours.
No,
Go.
this one I think is like a recent revelation simply because what is that face? Don't make a face at me.
It's gonna be about me. I feel like.
No, about myself because I'm like just like a tried and true extrovert in that like I go stir crazy if I'm alone for too long and I get my energy in life from being around people. Like I just want to be around people and turns out you can actually it's after 24/7 of a month of that I'm like, you know what? I would like to be alone for maybe like 5 minutes. I would love to just be alone and answer this email without being interrupted every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, because even, what was it, yesterday that I slept in really late, I heard everyone in the front of the bunk and I realized I was alone back in my bunk and I was like, if I just don't come out, then no one will need me. So I'll just sit here and read my book for 30 minutes.
Yeah, good for you.
But yeah, turns out I guess everyone does need alone time. But it's like impossible. It doesn't exist when
I
you're
know.
all on a bus.
I had so many high hopes for things I was going to get done.
Oh, yeah.
My Spanish class. I mean, nothing's getting done. It's just high stress moment, Rosie's tantrum phase to trying to like, let's film some stuff. Let's do whatever. What do we need? Oh, are we going to do laundry? Is it blah, blah, blah. It's like so much that you really can't do much other than be in the moment. Unless you're Mal and you're like, I'm going golfing.
Hey, that's like part of being in the moment. I will say the days go by much faster than you would think.
Yes.
Out here,
For sure.
because we work at night, and then you look up and it's like, oh, it's 2:55 right now. Like sound check is in 3 hours. Like, okay, I have to connect with Danielle to figure out what's the merch setup. What are we, do we have to do laundry? And it's like, before you know it, it's like 10 o'clock. And you're like, oh my God.
I know. I feel like there are so many days where I'm like, even today, I'm like, oh, I was up at 8. I got myself ready. Like, let's go. And the next thing I know, I'm like, wait a minute, it's 2 p.m.? How did we get to 2 p.m.?
Yeah.
I didn't even eat lunch yet.
The days
Like-
go by much quicker when you're not in your normal routine, I feel.
For sure. One of my attitudes is the toilet
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
That is a situation.
It's stinky in there, and you can't throw toilet paper down. It's a whole,
Yeah.
it's very third world life. And
You didn't even experience the worst of it.
oh no, I smelled it.
Oh.
Okay, this is what happened. I'm
my
in my
God.
bunk. You guys were out there watching Reacher. Then I smell
so
something.
bad.
I opened my curtain and I looked down, and Danielle is at her bunk. It's only me and Danielle in the bunk area. And I was like, this chick is farting. Did she forget that I'm back here? Like, she tried to go have some private time in the bunk area to go fart. It's disgusting. And so I'm looking out my bunk, fully judging Danielle as she's standing there. And I'm like, this chick, no way. But then I see Danielle covering, like, she's covering her nose. And I'm like, oh, well, she wouldn't be covering her own fart. So then I go to Danielle. I go,
because everyone likes their own brand.
I was all, what's going on? And then she explained to me the toilet was too full.
Yeah.
It's sloshing around down there. Yeah. So we had to pull over and dump it. And but you guys got the worst of it up there.
It was, so we pulled over at a place where we could dump it, and it was so, I never in my entire life had smelled something so bad that I literally threw up in my mouth. Like,
Ew.
it was so,
Yuck.
it was so visceral. It was so,
Ew.
I can't even begin to explain. Honestly, it was so bad that I thought, I bet I could probably find a dead body. Like, I feel like I could probably handle it.
It's that smell.
It was so awful. And Alejandra she was having this, we rolled the windows down. Even after we dumped it continued to smell, and we're going like full speed down the highway. Me and Alita just have our heads out the window, like, please, we need fresh air. And Eva's like, I've poured so many chemicals down there. Like, she's like trying to get rid of the smell. She was like, I think there's an issue. Like, we think something got put in there that probably wasn't supposed to be put in there. And it was so, at one point too, I even started questioning. I was like, what are we eating? Like, should we be concerned that it smells this bad after a few days? But yeah, the bathroom is not ideal.
No.
And I don't know that it ever will be. Like, I feel like that's just the nature. I mean, obviously we're having some extra issues, but like, even if it was like a perfect working everything, it's still gonna.
Yeah. Bus.
It's still an RV-ish.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of my attitudes. Do you have a attitude?
Not really. I've been having a pretty good time.
Good.
Like,
Well, aren't you
I
Mr.
think everyone
Positive?
I have no.
I have a attitude that turns into a gratitude.
Okay.
Okay. Starts with virus life on the bus. When one person gets sick, it goes through the whole team.
Yeah.
So it started with Alejandra, fever, chills, diarrhea. Then hers moved into like a cold cough. Then it went to Rosie, fever, chills, diarrhea, cold cough, runny nose. She still has a runny nose. Then it went to Manny. And I'm like, oh no, here we go. And then this is where the praise report comes in. This is where my gratitude comes in. It stopped at Manny. I did not get sick. Thank God.
Nope.
Thank God nobody got sick. But I mean, we have to cancel the show if I full on can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
So I did everything possible to not get sick. Thankfully, it was on our 3 off days in San Antonio. Thankfully, our friends allowed us to be in their home while we brought our virus nastiness into their home. And so Manny got to be quarantined in one room. And when I tell you I did everything, I got an IV. I was like, let me get extra vitamins. I did red light therapy. I got a massage. I was doing everything possible to like rejuvenate my body. I'm taking vitamins every day. I'm like, heck no, I cannot get sick. I was trying to rest so that my body could rejuvenate, and then I didn't get it. The virus stopped at Manny. So hey, gratitude and prayers that nobody else gets anything for the rest of this tour. But yeah, that's one thing, because we're in such close quarters. Usually everyone goes down.
Yeah.
I have a question. What would you do if I got sick and couldn't get out of bed?
Thought about that. So I was like, okay, here's the thing. If I get sick, show has to be canceled, right? If Mal gets sick, we got to call a local opener. Give me 10, 15 clean. That's all I need. I can handle the rest, right? If Alex gets sick, we're not getting content that day. We can do it. Right? If Danielle goes down, what the hell does Danielle do? Nobody knows. Danielle does everything. I was like, okay, if Danielle goes down, my only option is to fly Steven out because he's on some of her emails. So he might know a little bit more of what she does.
Yeah.
So that was my only option I came
You're calling
up with.
Jackie. Like,
My only option was I have to fly.
Substitute tour
I
manager.
have to fly Steven out, and he has to figure out what she does because I have no clue.
Yeah.
I picture Steven and or Jackie coming out and just, playing a movie for us, like a substitute teacher. Today we're going to watch a video.
Yeah, we're not selling merch this weekend.
Yeah. They're like, have you ever heard of Anjelah.com?
Yeah.
Go there.
Yeah, that was my only thought that I was going to do if you went down. So please don't go down.
Okay. Aye, Captain.
I should let Steven know, though. Hey, just so you're aware, if Danielle goes down, you're on deck.
Have a go bag ready.
Be CC'd.
Have a go bag ready.
Be
Wheels up in
CC'd on all her
20.
emails, please.
I don't
are
even
we?
think he knows half the
3
stuff
o'clock.
I do. Yeah, we're good. We can do like 5-10 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but
All
I don't
right.
even know if he knows everything.
Of course, he doesn't know everything,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at least he's on certain emails or he's in contact with my UTA team and
Yeah,
can
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, who's the contact for this
Yeah,
venue?
yeah, yeah.
Give me their info. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's definitely the most likely to be able to figure it out.
And
And he's a
then-
manager, so he
yeah.
can figure it out.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if Steven couldn't figure it out, you would just have to do it sick, dude.
Yeah, listen,
Like,
put
sack
a
up.
diaper on.
Yeah. Strap up that Depends and get over here and do your job. Here's the N95 or whatever. Here's your diaper. Now go.
Here's your barf bag. Keep it moving.
Be polite to the patrons. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
No. Danielle, we appreciate you.
Thank
and
you.
everything you do.
Thanks.
This tour could not be this tour without Danielle Roach, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Were your fingers crossed too when you said that?
You're so dumb.
No, these are all really great
Yeah.
stories. Alex, do you have a story you want to contribute from your experience with this team? You want to come get on this mic? Come over here.
You have 5 minutes. Just kidding.
Here, come.
I also have a a few voicemails if you want to.
Ooh, voicemails. Sorry if I stink.
Gratitude. You do a little bit.
Yeah.
A gratitude or a matitude. Is he in the shot?
Oh.
I think I should be. That'll only make me stink even more.
Well, I won't. I'll hold my breath.
Okay.
Now you're too tall.
What about, was this okay?
Right there.
Okay.
Don't go any more to your right.
Okay.
Alex, everybody.
Alex, hello.
Newest to the team. He is getting content for us, videographer.
He's-
just a good vibe. What?
Could you still talk
Oh,
into
that's
the
right. Sorry. Oh, that's right. He's a good vibe videographer, newest to the team. And do you have any stories you want to contribute? Gratitude or matitude?
I'm trying to think. You guys have talked so much about like our day-to-days, and that is what I want to say is probably my gratitude. Like, I've really enjoyed the day-to-day. I've really enjoyed like all of the things that we do together from start to finish. My only matitude would be Mal bailing twice on Reacher after saying he was gonna watch. So like on 2 times, Danielle and I have been sitting out there like, oh,
Yep.
okay, like, time to watch Reacher. Time to see if we see any more butt shots of him.
Yeah. I'm
So that we
missing
can all
out
giggle.
on butt shots of Alan Richards.
But I'm super grateful for the team dynamic. Everybody's so sweet and kind, and it's been so great, except for Mal being rude on those 2 occasions.
My bad, bro.
I know. Even last night, you were like, Reacher? And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I'll be on the bus in 30 minutes. Just got to brush my teeth.
And before he goes to the bus, he's like, I'm gonna lay down. I'm like, you're gonna lay down before we watch TV? Like, and then you're like, I drank a coffee for this. Of course I am. I'm a team
You
player.
were so confident.
You were so confident in
I
it.
had a Vietnamese coffee, which is like the most caffeine you can get. I was like, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. So then I get in the bunk.
then you died.
And then my whole body shut. Danielle said that she looked into my bunk and I was sleeping with my phone up like I just passed out.
You fully did.
So yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Tonight we could watch one episode before I go to the airport.
Please and thanks.
One more gratitude. How much it is very fun creating with you guys also. Like everybody has a voice in what we're doing and stuff like that. And when we're all pitching ideas for the stuff that we're doing, it's not like, oh, I don't like that. It's just like, oh, that's good. What if we do it this way? It's a very collaborative effort, which is always really fun.
We're
it's
a good
really,
yes
really
and crew.
Yes, yeah, very much so. Very much so.
Nice. I also love that Alex has become Rosie's favorite. Sorry, Teal Mouth.
Ridiculous.
Teal Mouth moved into second place. Alex has made Rosie's gratitude list at the end of the night consistently now. In her prayer time, we do thank you for, and we start naming things that we're thankful for. And other honorable mentions have been blueberries, pasta,
The classics.
Austin.
Up there with blueberries and pasta. That's huge.
That's huge. Rosie, that's huge.
And Bad Bunny.
Oh.
Bad Bunny and Selena have also been honorable mentions. And then the other night, you don't know this one, Alex. She said Alex twice. She said Alex, and I said yes, thank you for Alex. And then we said one more person, and then she goes Alex, and I was like yes, thank you for Alex again. So Rosie loves Alex, and Teal Mouth took second place. I feel like I know the exact moment of when this happened.
Yeah.
We were in Beaver Creek at the cafe. And Rosie started throwing a tantrum, and Mal turned into Dad Mal real quick. And he said, "Hey, what is that noise? We don't do that. We don't do that." And ever since then, now Rosie's like, Alex, Alex. My sweet precious angel.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, all right. We have some voicemails?
Yeah, should we tell them the phone number?
Oh, right. Okay. Hey, guys, if you want to call us and tell us what you are grateful for or what you're mad about, give us your matitude or your gratitude or both. Just keep it quick. Tell us your name. And here's the phone number that you can call.
747-300-5380. Give us a call.
Yeah. All right, Danielle.
A classic. I have a few for us.
Okay.
So let me know what you think.
Hi, this is Pollo.
Pollo.
I'm grateful for weed.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
All right. Pollo, he's grateful for weed. That tracks.
I laughed really hard at that when I first listened to it.
Thanks for calling in, Pollo.
Yeah,
Appreciate
I
it.
wanna know
if you remember that you called in.
I want to know if on his driver's license, his parents named him Chicken, straight up Pollo. That's your name.
Or if
I
that's a
wonder what his real
nickname.
name- It's for sure a nickname, but I wonder what his real name is. That's his nickname.
Maybe it's Chicken and then Pollo's the nickname.
Moving on.
Okay.
I'm also grateful for weed, Pollo. Not every day like you, but
Okay, ready?
Hello, this is Lauren, and I am very grateful for the cat that I have. Notice that I didn't say my cat. I was asked to cat sit for 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks. And that was about 7 months ago.
Wait, what?
What? He said that he is grateful for the cat that he has, but he didn't say his cat. He was asked to cat sit for 2 to 3 weeks, and that was 7 months ago.
No.
yeah.
So I was like, did you steal the cat or was the cat abandoned?
Sounds like the cat was
I
abandoned.
think the cat was abandoned.
And he's such a good guy that now he just owns a cat.
But I'm like, did you know these people?
Unless he's like from Worst Roommate Ever on Netflix. Have you seen that show?
No.
So good.
Creepy.
So creepy.
Yeah.
But there was an episode where a guy, a Worst Roommate Ever, took the person's dogs. And pobrecito, one of them died. He killed one of them. But they were trying to get their dogs back from their worst roommate ever that they allowed in. Awful.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of sounded bitter about it, but then also grateful.
I couldn't really hear him. So, like, was it a sarcastic grateful?
I guess it was a sarcastic grateful. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if he was sarcastic. I think he...
If he's 7 months in, I think he's all right with it.
Yeah,
I think he
yeah.
knows this is his cat now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's in
But it
denial
doesn't-
because he said, not my cat. But, dude,
It's your cat.
It's your
that's
cat.
your cat, bro.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
your cat.
For
Yeah.
sure a cat. I would rename it even because it's yours now.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
And because cats don't care what you call them. So name
Yeah.
it whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You're-
not coming.
Name it Pollo.
Yeah.
Pause.
Oh, yeah, pause. Oh,
Danielle
wow.
got her first pause. Danielle got
I
her
was waiting for
first
someone else. I was waiting for
pause.
you to say it. I thought you were going to say it.
Danielle's been waiting a long time to join in.
I didn't
on the
catch it.
pause fun.
Okay, I have one more,
Okay.
Right.
and I hope you can hear it.
Hi, Angela. This is Michelle. I am grateful that my husband has a job and he is no longer sitting on his butt at home. What makes me mad is lazy people. I do not like working with lazy people. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Michelle, for calling in. I'm also glad that your husband has a job now. I thought she was trying to tie it in. Like, thank God he has a job, and I do not like lazy people because he was lazy.
Yeah, I think that's what she was saying. Yeah. Like I think that's what she was implying.
Oh, okay. Well, he has a job now, so good for him.
Yeah.
For sure. It's always a plus.
I thought that she was going to say, thank God he has a job, but that she didn't like where he worked. But now he is like a security at Victoria's Secret, and I do not like that he is.
Yeah. Pick and choose your battles, Michelle.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shout out to him for getting a job, though.
Yeah.
Is he retired and like he was just sitting around the house and she's like, dude, you need a job. Get out of here.
Could be.
And then he got it. Because I was like, with one of the security guards at the venue, he's like, yeah, I've been retired forever, but I just have to get out of the house. So like, this is why I have this job.
Yeah.
And
I will say a lot of the security guards at venues are senior citizens.
yeah, do not feel secure. All due respect.
At
At
all.
all. Like,
There's been times where they give me like a senior lady, like an old lady's.
Yep.
Yeah.
They put her on a chair outside my door. And maybe it's because ahead of time we tell them, yeah, we don't have any stalker issues.
Yeah.
We don't typically have
Yeah,
any
yeah.
issues. They're like, all right, then you're going to get
Yeah.
over here.
I know, because honestly, and I think it's too with theaters, I feel like they just are like, we know our crowd. Like, because where I see like the legit scary looking security guys, comedy clubs.
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
I feel like clubs get
Yeah.
a more, I don't know, people just get more aggressive there.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
theaters.
but we should, Angela should at least get someone in their early
Of age.
40s.
Well,
you know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
Of like security age.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
one security guard that we were helping down the stairs. Like, why are we helping you? Like, what are you doing? Is your footing okay there? Let's move it along.
I know,
We
because
gotta-
a lot of ushers tend to be retired
I think that's what
people.
they do is they just grab an usher.
Yeah,
And they put
I
a
think that's
security
what it
jacket
is.
on
Yeah.
him and they go, hey, post
Yeah.
it. This is your post for the night.
Yeah.
you got promoted.
Yeah, because I think, especially at some of the smaller theaters, I feel like a lot of their ushers are just people who are like, I just gotta get
They're
out of the house.
volunteers. A lot of them are volunteers.
Yeah.
I do appreciate when they have like an actual security person who's like Lubbock. The guy was wearing a suit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
when they have a suit
Yeah,
and
I'm
the
getting
little
off the bus.
little wire in their ear.
And I was like, look at you. They got you in a suit at 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. But he was awesome. But it just feels like they care.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I feel
Yeah.
safe.
Well,
with
and in
you.
some places too, like last night, and I think in Austin, like we have like actual police
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
there sometimes too, just
Yeah,
depending
yeah.
on the
I
venue.
did like
guess.
that guy in Lubbock, the dude in the suit. He put his hand on my chest when I was trying to walk into the room, like, hey. And I'm like, I'm on the team, dude.
Oh.
Chill out.
Were you wearing
You're
your
being
badge?
a little bit too serious.
Did you have your pass?
No.
There you go.
Well, then there's your.
Who were you?
Yeah.
Who were you?
Yeah. Because one of
was
the things,
protecting
one
me.
of the many things that I do
Mm-hmm.
is that I send a credential list ahead of time, and I
Oh.
go, no one gets backstage
Oh.
without this badge.
P's and Q's.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I
So if
appreciate
they're
that.
doing their job, I sometimes get stopped, and I'm like, I'm the one who made the rule. And then I'm going, where is my badge?
And Manny always tries to pull the I'm the
I'm the
husband.
husband. And I'm like, okay, well, and then I'm the wife.
Yeah.
That's not going to work, my guy. Anybody could say that.
Yeah, that's funny.
So if they're on top of it, that means they read my email.
But this tour has been awesome, and
Yeah.
I think you guys should definitely get tickets because Anjelah has.
Oh, okay,
we're
plug.
only 1 month into the tour.
Yeah.
I know.
And it's the full year. And if you have access to cool stuff, we would love. I'm gonna speak for the whole team when I say we would love,
any kind of VIP experience.
access.
Yeah,
we're
Mal
looking
loves to
for
golf.
things to do. If
Yeah.
you got free golf, like
I love space and things. I was gonna say something else.
Danielle
I
loves nerd stuff.
I mentally paused myself. I was gonna be like, I love to touch things.
Yeah, that was a good pause.
Yeah, Danielle loves nerd stuff.
If
I
you
love
have-
food.
Yeah.
Food, always food.
If you have access to like a used bookstore after hours, Danielle would love.
Oh,
to just
she would
by
love
herself.
that, actually.
Yeah.
I would love old things.
She
Like
would put
old-
on her favorite playlist and just like have a night to
Yep.
herself.
Yep. If
I
she
would.
could stay the night there, on an off day
Oh.
in your bookstore.
And if it's haunted, any spooky
Ooh,
haunted stuff, I'm not the
ooh.
only one
Yeah.
who likes haunted things.
Yeah, I do like haunted. I'm not gonna go though.
Oh.
Because I don't want it to attach to me. I just want
Oh,
to hear
sure.
about it attaching to somebody else.
Okay, I'll bring Alex. I'll bring Alex and make him go with me.
No, because then you're gonna bring it to the bus.
Just in camera form. So you can watch it later. We'll put it in the recap.
You guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Funjelah. I hope you've enjoyed some of our road stories throughout the
Yeah.
years. It's an interesting life that we live. We're very grateful for it, and just very grateful that this is what we get to do for a living. It blows my mind still. 17, 18, 19 years in, blows my mind that this is what we get to do. Unbelievable. Very grateful. Thanks, Mel, for
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
joining in.
You guys
Danielle,
could
thank
find
you.
me on YouTube at Mahalo TV and Instagram at Mahalo. Big things coming. And is this the part where we plug? I got dates coming up. I'll be with Anjelah at the Hard Rock Orlando.
Next, I'll be on the family reunion tour.
Go to Anjelah.com.
Family reunion tour.
Hey, wait, no, this will come out before you have a show in Plano.
Okay, this is in the summer. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a big. If you're in Denver, I'm headlining in Denver, Kearney, Nebraska, Plano, Texas, and Houston, Texas. So malhall.com
There you go.
/tour
Will this be
for all
past
those
Philly?
dates.
It'll be past Philly already.
Yeah.
All right. Philly, you missed out. Sorry, he already did Philly. All right.
But I am fitting in headlining shows around this tour, so malhall.com /tour for all of my dates.
That's right. You can go see Mal's full hour. Alex, thank you so much for chiming in and giving us your gratefuls.
Yes.
And thank you all for listening and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.